I never thought that I would have to make this video. It is a shocking turn of events that happened over the weekend. And for those of you that don't know, RTruth will no longer be part of the WWE. My name is Sancho West, and welcome to Sancho West Wrestling, where we talk about all things pro wrestling. And today's video is going to be the unfortunate topic of the WWE releasing RTruth. And hey, man, I hate when people say it's a matter of business. I hate when people put numbers on a person. I hate when people try to quantify someone's impact by how much they make and how old they are and things of that sort. Because bottom line, RTruth was invaluable. But before we get into the throws of the videos, I'm going to talk about my reaction to the RTruth announcement. I'm going to show the WWE's universe in terms of other wrestlers and things of the sort in terms of other fans as well. Let me give you a complete picture of what's going down currently with RTruth. Now, the biggest shocker about this RTruth announcement is that he is literally coming off the heels of facing John Cena at the Saturday night's main event. And we'll get into that more later. But in terms of RTruth himself, this is definitely a sign that the WWE has changed. This is a sign that pro wrestling for the WWE has changed. You can argue all you want about it, but it's clear as day that TKO is taking over, and they probably saw RTruth as, hey, this guy's an aging superstar, might not have a lot of value left. Let's go ahead and not re-sign him, release him. We don't know the entire background, the entire thing. No one knows if RTruth wanted to try something else. What we do know is that RTruth will no longer be part of the WWE. Let's just go ahead and talk about the tweet itself that RTruth has posted. This comes from the account of Ron Killings. I'm sorry to inform you all, I've just got released from the WWE. I want to thank WWE for the ride, but mostly I want to thank each and every one of you who was along for the ride. Thank you for all the love, support, and appreciation you have given me over the years. Thank you. And that pretty much is a shocker. RTruth was a valuable asset to the WWE, more so than in-ring and more so than promos. Sure, you could teach someone to cut a promo. Sure, you could teach someone how to work in the ring. Sure, they could study, but you cannot teach comedic timing like RTruth had. RTruth was special. RTruth was a part of an era that, you know, yes, he was there for the longest time, but I'm just talking about he's part of a special group of wrestlers that transcend babyface, heel, all those kinds of things. There's a special place for comedic wrestlers. It is hard to be a comedic wrestler and be treated seriously. I think if RTruth was given a program to be a serious wrestler, he totally can do it. They have times where he's shown his serious side in the numerous past years, and there are times where he can step up to the plate and deliver. I mean, I know recently in this past year or so, he did come off an injury, but still, when RTruth was there to call to give the sign that John Cena was going to change, he was there. This was a shocking thing, that literally this man wrestled John Cena on Saturday night's main event and was unable to secure a contract or get re-signed for the next coming year. And what's the sad thing is like we never understood that this was going to be RTruth's last goodbye, that this was RTruth's last time. And that's the most shocking thing. RTruth's last ever appearance in the WWE is against JC Mateo, which we'll show later. But this was a significant part of John Cena's program in terms of his retirement year. This led an opportunity to see that John Cena maybe could turn face, something that we didn't know was possible. This moment right here is probably one of the most impactful moments in John Cena's career. And RTruth is a part of that. That shouldn't be shoved underneath the rug. It should be super important that this man has delivered the first, I guess, signs of a babyface turn for this heel John Cena. And unfortunately, it's all for naught. It feels like a spoiled goods, so to speak. And I think that is why it's the most shocking. Literally in the next week on SmackDown, he appears in the program with Jimmy Uso and Jason Mateo and the Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. RTruth was a valuable member, not only for the comedic side of television, but also for the locker room. Now, I can't speak for the locker room. I can only go off of stories and things like that. So let's go ahead and dive into that locker room of the WWE. Let's look at the comments on the replies of RTruth's post from Rhea Ripley. Mommy, in all seriousness, this is literally so heartbreaking. Thank you, Truth. From Scarlett, aka Karen Cross's wife, thank you, Truth. From Ricochet, currently an AEW former WWE superstar, you're an amazing talent and even better person. Go enjoy your life, Unk. From Jade Cargill, thank you. Zelina Vega, the current United States Women's Champion. Thank you, Truth, for everything. Everything you are as a performer, but also everything you are as a person. You always have an ear and a hug for everyone, and you were always so kind to me, whether it was an extra just coming in and looking for some advice, or as a coworker, getting to laugh with you every week. You're a forever star, a genius, a pro, and someone who has a presence who will always be felt. You're cemented in history as one of the best. Love you. And that is what we're talking about. The things that you cannot teach, the things that you cannot replicate, and that is locker room chemistry. RTruth is a very valuable veteran, not only for the people of Zelinas of the world, but more of the green wrestlers, the rookies, the NXT call-ups, things of that sort of someone to have an ear, someone to listen to, someone to give ideas, someone who's seen it all, someone who's experienced different bookers and Vince McMahon and Triple H. Dijak will say, you're the best. Hope we can run it back, bro. The Maharaja, thank you for everything, brother. I'm sure I'll see you soon. So Dijak, indie wrestler, a lot of indie wrestlers, former WWE Cena, I hope to see you soon. Definitely anyone that could work is RTruth if he wants to. Jacob Fatu, love you, big bro. Trinity, I hate this so much, aka Naomi. We can do gone. Charlotte Flair, thank you, Truth. And then a heartbreak. Shotzi, thank you for all the joy you brought to wrestling. CM Punk, thank you, Truth. You're a character can never be imitated. One of a kind. A one-of-a-kind talent let go unceremoniously. No big send-off, no boots in the ground. These are the things that are been missing for RTruth. And that is not what we got robbed for. I think at the end of the day, what's changed for me when it comes down to wrestling is that it's no longer about the idea of the story. It's no longer about bigger in life superstars. It's more become about the business side of things. It's which is unfortunate. There's always the thing, like if a wrestler is going to be released, he puts somebody over. He gives someone that extra oomph. It is known that they're going to be released. And that is not what's happened with RTruth. Maybe RTruth could have put a younger talent over, give him the opportunity to retire. There was a lot of people on the internet that talked about that maybe this John Cena match would have been a better opportunity if it was a retirement match, if it was a career versus championship belt match. And unfortunately, that wasn't there. So it just so many speculations and so many things that you could assume that this was not on the cards. This was not a planned thing to happen. Maybe negotiations happened all the way up to the point where, hey, maybe we can make something happen, and things fell through at the last minute. Maybe RTruth thought, hey, I am a much more valuable elsewhere. There's so many things that we don't know. But like I mentioned, we can only go off the things that we see and the reactions. Here's a more in-depth post from Jacob Fatu. This the life right here, Oos. We do this for our kids. Don't have to see that other life we come from, dog. God first, family, laughter, game, love, and knowledge. Always when it came from you. Love and respect, big bro, and thank you. I'm sure Jacob Fatu and RTruth had a lot of conversations about the business. Another young star, Carmelo Hayes. Thank you for everything you've done for the business. The doors you opened and being a real OG to the whole locker room. Taught me a lot about the game and how to navigate the business. RTruth is timeless. So, RTruth has proven a commodity to be in and around the ring. Someone that you could definitely sign to a Legends contract. That's not off the table. The WWE could definitely pivot, but it could be a WWE ambassador as well. Just the ability to go to a town and promote. That's all on the table for RTruth. Definitely RTruth is going to find so much success in his career working the indies, maybe going to conventions, things of that sort, doing signings. All that is definitely going to be RTruth's future. But we are just upset that we were robbed from an RTruth proper send-off, a proper goodbye, which I'm hoping that the WWE do. But if the release is imminent, if it happened right away, I mean, when I worked at a job, I didn't get a chance to put in my 2 weeks. Ticks didn't really put him in the last thing. I like right here this post from wrestling_jazz on X. I don't know how many of you catch this, but my man RTruth literally hinted his departure a week ago. This making me even more sad. It's a very sneaky way. I mean, there has been times where wrestlers retired unannounced. I mean, at a moment of during Undertaker versus Roman Reigns, Undertaker literally unexpectedly dropped his boots. We did not know that was a retirement match. Yes, Undertaker would appear in the cinematic Boneyard match with good old AJ Styles, but we didn't understand that that was the end. Here's another one from the coach. Now, in this video, the coach talks about, he says, why the release of R-Truth is bigger than others and why you should all understand. Our coach is a former talent of the WWE as a wrestler and a commentator. All understand why is he getting the reaction today it is more than just to do in the ring. Now, in this video, coach talks about how it's going to be a bigger impact beyond just the in-ring and that he's a valuable veteran that they're definitely going to miss in terms of locker room chemistry. I think the tweets prove that he will be missed beyond. And at the same time, what this kind of does to the WWE locker room is now you got to be watching behind your back. You're almost got to be unsure of that your placement is not going to be guaranteed. No matter how much of a good soldier you are, like Karrion Kross once said, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. That you think that you're creating a nest egg in the WWE may not exist. The road of R-Truth is being a loyal company guy since almost 2008 and being there for the company no matter what, working whatever program given to you, and not having that nest egg kind of hatch and getting that taken away from you is you got to be worried. I once worked with somebody and they said that the biggest part of working a job is not just pay, but job security. And now there's rumors around and things of the sort that other WWE talent is wondering about their next contract. And I think that's not where you want to be. Already wrestling is a very stressful kind of career, and it's a very taxing on the body, taxing on the mind, and taxing just traveling all over the road. There are a lot of aspects of pro wrestling that we, the fans, will never ever experience, and we could only go off the stories from actual pro wrestlers. This is from the account of the Instagram of the one and only John Cena reacting to this. Again, if you're unfamiliar with John Cena's account, he never, ever, ever, ever says anything. Doesn't provide captions, just post pictures. And this is it. This is what he posted. This is what he is expressing. Is R-Truth wearing his Ron Cena shirt, which has been removed from the WWE. The top comment on this, the fact even heel Cena knows Truth shouldn't have been released, says everything I needed to know. Another comment says, today on Raw, everyone will be shouting for this name to return. Another top comment is sad to see R-Truth go. We all speculated that John Cena would ruin wrestling, but I do feel that TKO is not necessarily ruining wrestling, they're changing wrestling. Another top comment here is, you said you'll ruin wrestling, but it's actually TKO that's doing it. Now, I looked at Triple H's account. Not much. Who knows? Maybe there was plans for an R-Truth send-off. Who knows if the WWE planned for something as a goodbye? But we're talking about the longest guy, besides Dominic Mysterio, that's been a part of the WWE roster. The only thing that Triple H could bring himself to talk about is Vikingo being the new mega champion, and as well to the Indiana Pacers, Tyler Halliburton, for advancing to the NBA Finals. Not a good look. Let's go to some fan reactions real quick. This comes from a fan account where Dirty Dom Dom says, we made history. He made us laugh. He made us laugh. He made us history. He made us fans. After 17 years, R-Truth has been released from the WWE. The WWE Universe will miss you. Here's the graphic just to show all the work that R-Truth has brought us fans and as well as accomplishments. A two-time hardcore champion, a two-time United States champion, 53-time 24/7 champion, a season 2 mixed match challenge winner, a two-time WWE tag team champion, a 2008 Best Musical Performance Slammy Award, the 2015 LOL Moment of the Year Slammy Award, and 2008 to 2025, 17 years in the WWE. Of course, if you want to follow the account, Dirty Dom Dom on X. So R-Truth's last standing moments in the WWE was a match with JC Mateo. And as you can see, no one knew that this would be the last time we see R-Truth doing his 5 moves of doom for his childhood superstar, John Cena. These are the things that the WWE reminds us almost every day, or at least today was a stark reminder of the WWE and TKO's business dealings. That sometimes it does come down to just business. And unfortunately, just business has cost us not only RTruth, but also another comedic member of the WWE. And that member is Carlito. Now, there's not much about Carlito that I haven't really dove down upon. And I know Carlito is still a valuable member, but not as much as RTruth. Carlito is my contract's up in 2 weeks and it will not be renewed. On top of that, WWE is demanding a payback the money they paid me for apparently stealing money from the company. I've had my lawyers look into it, and after reviewing my footage on Netflix for the past months, they suggested I pay them back the money. Probably a joke, because he says all jokes aside. Gracias, WWE, and especially the WWE Universe. Los quiero mucho. So, Carlito, RTruth gone. 2 WWE superstars that are been active in programming. Literally, Carlito's in Judgment Day, in the throes of it all. Now, like I mentioned, don't have much to say about Carlito at this time because I need to do a deep dive of that. But I think Carlito is one of those guys who started to put some great work with Braun Breaker, putting him over with that spear. A lot of great moments of Carlito putting his body on the line to put Braun Breaker's spear over. Great interviews as well with Chris Van Vliet. Carlito had a big pop coming back in Puerto Rico Backlash. Carlito, for me, it feels like one of those characters that you stick around because he has that influence in Latin America. And especially with a new sign in AAA, it feels like it's a missed opportunity to give Carlito some burn. Maybe Carlito just didn't want to stay with him. No clue. It will not be renewed. Tells me that maybe he wasn't happy with his current contract or current position within the company. Regardless, the WWE has changed. TKO and the WWE has changed how we view wrestling. And it's not because of opinions, and it's not because of booking, and it's not because of numbers, it's because of actions. And actions speak louder than words. And you let go RTruth for absolutely no reason. RTruth, you'll be loved, you'll be supported wherever you go. If you want to continue supporting this channel, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.